Abuse of power. House GOP opens probe into Ukrainian president's trip to battleground Pennsylvania. Rep. James Comer says no foreign actor should be permitted to interfere in American elections. The House Oversight Committee is investigating the Biden-Harris administration's alleged use of taxpayer-funded resources to fly Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy to battleground Pennsylvania ahead of the November presidential election, Fox News Digital has learned. House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer, R.K., penned letters to the White House, the Pentagon, and the Justice Department on Wednesday seeking documents regarding the administration's alleged misuse of government resources to allow Zelenskyy to allegedly interfere in the 2024 presidential election. In 2019, the Democrat-controlled House of Representatives impeached President Donald J. Trump for abuse of power under the theory that he attempted to use a foreign leader, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, to benefit his 2020 presidential campaign, despite a lack of any evidence of wrongdoing on the part of President Trump, Comer wrote. Comer, though, said the Biden-Harris administration recently flew the same foreign leader, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, on an American taxpayer-funded flight to Pennsylvania, a battleground state in the upcoming 2024 presidential election, which has been described as the trickiest battleground for Vice President Kamala Harris to win. The committee seeks to determine whether the Biden-Harris administration attempted to use a foreign leader to benefit Vice President Harris' presidential campaign, and, if so, necessarily committed an abuse of power, Comer wrote. Comer said his committee is investigating the circumstances that led to justify the administration's transport of Zelenskyy on a Department of the Air Force aircraft to Pennsylvania. Comer said Zelenskyy's itinerary included a stop in Pennsylvania to meet with Pennsylvania Gov. Josh Shapiro. Comer also cited a recent interview with Zelenskyy in which he was critical of Trump and his running mate, Sen. J.D. Vance, calling the Ohio senator too radical. He further stated his belief that President Trump and his administration would not be able to stop the war, despite this being one of President Trump's main campaign platforms and peace in the region under the entirety of the former Trump administration, Comer wrote. This rhetoric coming from a foreign leader released in anticipation of a U.S. taxpayer-funded visit about the current administration's political opponent is highly concerning, Comer wrote. The committee is investigating any coordination or communication among the Biden-Harris administration, Pennsylvania's Office of the Governor, and President Zelenskyy for use or solicitation of use of government property to politically benefit Vice President Harris's presidential campaign. In his letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland, Comer reminded that the DOJ is highly focused on combating foreign election interference, specifically from adversaries. However, Comer said the House Oversight Committee believes no foreign actor, whether or not deemed malign by DOJ, should be permitted to interfere in American elections. Comer's letters were addressed to Garland, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, and Assistant to the President and White House Counsel Edward Siskel. Comer demanded documents and records from the agencies by Oct. 2.